Greetings, fellow mobage players. Do you like grinding the same note over and over again, hoping to get that one piece of equipment that will allow your character to get a little bit stronger? Do you like having your progress reset in a one step forward, two step backward gameplay loop that forces you to continue the aforementioned grinding? Do you like participating in battles that can get boiled down to being a cookie clicker with an attitude, where your only input is one click to do a special move, and only one? Do you like pulling or grinding for shards to unlock your character's full potential instead of having it right from the get-go? Then you will like the predominant mobages from 2014 till 2016. Back then mobages were still fresh, and developers tried different ways to monetize their games, different core gameplay loop mechanics, and how to keep players invested in their games and let them play or rather grind for as long as possible. The selling point was the simplicity combined with decent character art, the character themselves, and of course the desire to always strengthen your character. Fast forward 2 years. Cygames and Cyber Agent releases Princess Connect Redive in 2018. In its core, it is nothing more than a classic chart and gear grinding mobage, but with an extremely high budget coat of quality and anime aesthetics. The game is a polished diamond when it comes to presentation. Its characters are likable, the art and music is great, and it even comes with original anime cutscenes and decent stories for a mobile game. Its core gameplay is as simple as any other game that has a chart and gear strengthening progression. If you've played one, you've played them all, and you feel right at home. Don't expect anything special but grinding and grinding. Even the battle system is as shallow as it gets. You can only activate skills and everything else gets handled by the game. That said, Priconne has enough modes to keep you entertained, and the huge variety of characters allows you to approach tough battles with different strategies. It was no surprise that Princess Connect Redive rose to be one of the most successful mobages of all time in Japan, and even nearly 3 years later it is still a decent competitor for the top 5 crossing spots. The question is this enough in 2021 for the Western market that had only one season of the anime and didn't have the Redive predecessor? In recent years the mobile market exploded and we got flooded with great mobages and games like Genshin Impact show what is doable with mobile games. Priconne, on the other hand, releases 3 years after its launch in Japan with a gameplay loop that is by today's standards incredibly mundane, and Priconne will have a very hard time to compete with much more recent releases, but this is where its weaknesses can shine. Thanks to its lack of gameplay, it can be just another side mobage that can be enjoyed for its stories and scratch the pulling itch once in a while. Furthermore, this year we should also see the Western release of Konosuba Fantastic Days. Konosuba feels like the natural successor to Priconne. It dropped the chart and gear strengthening progression and added classic upgrades from dupes and much more streamlined character development like we can find in other games. The battle system also got an overhaul, and now the player can actively choose between multiple skills in the classic active time battle system. Konosuba is being developed by Summed Inc. and its parent company Cyber Agent. Sadly, Nexon will be the global publisher for Konosuba, which could result in a death on arrival, a much delayed arrival, or an early death. All we can do is hope that it won't be another Sinnoh Alice.
はじけるエリカです。いや
このダスト様が相手してやんぜ。
それ可愛い子はバトル
体を温めるにはちょうどいいな。
できることなんいつでもいけるわ。コール&レスポンス。あたしにかかればこんなものよ。このスパ